If you seek liberalization, come here to this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, open this gate. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
Probably one of the most famous lines uttered by an American president in the 20th century. Daily flashback to this day in 1987 when President Reagan stood in front of the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin and issued that famous challenge to Gorbachev. Well, could this be the year of the so-called Walmart moms, the women and the shoppers who are feeling the brunt of the sluggish economy? That's what a pair of Democratic and Republican pollsters are finding. My Tuesday panel, roll call Shira Toeplitz, former Senator Blanche Lincoln, Democrat of Arkansas, and Alfonso Aguiar of the Latino Partnership for Conservative Principles. Welcome all. Senator, I'm going to start with you since we call them Walmart moms. You represented the state where Walmart is headquartered.
And I shop at Walmart.
And there you go.
And Costco.
Charlie Cook wrote about this focus group, and here's what he said. He said there was a split between those who thought that President Obama had his chance to turn things around and those who hesitated about changing presidents when things were so bad. They were uncertain about having to start all over with a change in a different direction. So these were folks, they were picked out, they shop at Walmart at least once in the last 18 months, and ideological wings were thrown out among these women. This took place both in a couple of swing states in Nevada and I think in Florida. You said you were just home, and the economic impact of just sort of being out of the Beltway bubble.
Yes.
Explain.
Well, this election is about the economy,
but it's not about jobs, and it's about more than that. It's about an anxiety.
It is,
right?
but look at the other article on the front page of the Post today, where the Fed tells us that the median income, or not the median income, but the median wealth is down 39%. You've got moms out there that are working. They are paying the bills. They are the ones shopping. They know what's happening to their dollars. And they also know that the savings that they had got cut in half, whether it's trying to send their kids to school.
Well, they're not saving now. They don't feel like they can.
Well, they don't. And that was one of the points, is that there's no, disposable income to be able to do that with. So I think you've got to focus. It's women, and it's going to be seniors again, because they are the ones impacted the most.
On a day-to-day basis. You know, Alfonso,
yes.
what was interesting about what their finding was, too, is this issue of people aren't sure, they don't feel good, but they're not sure they want to change direction again because they might, it may leave their perspective, oh no, that means we have to start over. There's that feeling of, are we just throwing up the game and starting the game over, and it's another 3 years before they even feel the way they feel now? Is that one of the bars Mitt Romney has to meet? Like, sits there and he has to meet this. It's not just proving that things aren't going well. Everybody knows that. It's proving that his direction is going to be so much better that it's worth throwing away the last 4 years.
Well, I don't think things can get any worse, and President Obama is right now in the White House, and so it's his economy. I don't know. I think people are willing to change. I think things are going in the wrong direction. The President of the United States just recently said that the private sector is doing fine, and I think people are worried. And it's about the economy, but it's about jobs as well. Yeah. And the problem is that the private sector is not recruiting. So people are concerned, and I think at this time we've seen it in the past, and we saw it with George H.W. Bush. We had a difficult economy, and people were open to choose a different president.
And that does seem to be seems to be this debate. The Romney campaign believes it's 1992. They believe this is. And what's funny is when you look at the numbers, the way people say the direction of the country, it's not. The numbers don't say it's like 1992, even if the economic numbers say it is. Politically, it doesn't.
Right, and I think that's one of the reasons they really seized upon the private sector's doing fine comment. They were hoping for kind of a grocery scanner moment, and they didn't get it completely, but they got something similar. Look, I sat through those same panels, the Walmart mom panels, and I thought they were really interesting. And I was struck as well by how hesitant some of these women were to swap horses midstream. It was almost FDR, 1944, as that slogan was coming back. It was quite unique.
Normally, though, that's a war mantra, right? Because it was made famous, as you know, by 44, and frankly, Bush may have benefited from it in 04 in a very close election with the same women voters over a different issue.
But I also think they're smart enough to know that this is not just President Obama's economy. They remember 2008. They know what happened. It's still very clear in the review mirror, and I think they are more anxious to see people coming together and figuring out the solutions.
When we come back, I want to talk Pennsylvania. I want to talk Hispanic media bias. We were just talking about that off camera. A lot to get to, but first, trivia time. We asked who was the only sitting member of the House of Representatives to be elected president. The answer, James Garfield. 19 presidents have served in the House at some point in their career, but Garfield is the only one to be elected president directly from Congress, but it's because he didn't have to go through the primary process. We'll be right back. Trust me, you're watching the Daily Rundown only on MSNBC.